All praises and glory goes to our mighty power, Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations unto the elect men continually feeding the sheep of Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai in sincerity and truth with his great gospel coming out of our Bible. Shalom to the elect. And I'm going to start with the book of Matthew 10, verse 39. It says, "He that findeth his life shall lose it. And he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it," right? He that findeth his life shall lose it. And he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it, right? It's a lot of people, they done found their lives in the society. They're actually doing good. They done found greatness. They done found wealth, right? Opportunity has opened up to them, right? And also these certain people, what they're preparing for the times to come. They're trying to escape from what's coming. Right, they're tired of paying high rents. They're tired of the prices of things going up. You even got Jake, he's trying to go off grid, right? So we're gonna focus on Jake trying to go off grid, and we're gonna break it down spiritually, like we always do. Let's get it.
We're leaving. Here we go, guys. We're leaving Houston, Texas, on a 4,000-mile trip up to Fairbanks, Alaska. I'm getting out of this city with me, my buddy Sven, and my dog Gage. Don't forget to like and subscribe below and continue on this great journey with me. In October, I made one of the biggest decisions of my life. I quit my job, packed up everything, and left Houston, Texas for a remote, off-grid life in interior Alaska. It's just me and my dog Gage and the wide open wilderness now. This is a journey about learning to live simply, embracing challenges, and finding myself in one of the most rugged and beautiful places on earth. Welcome to my adventure. So it's almost been a year that I've been living off-grid out here in Alaska. As much as I love it, it's definitely had its challenges of ups and downs. I've come to a very difficult decision that I'm going to have to leave the cabin this winter. And in this video, I'm going to talk about all of the thoughts and ideas that went into coming to that decision and what the plan is moving forward. Is spending that time working on those things to try to set myself up for a better situation to live out here. So that didn't work out, and I found that out on Friday. But I had to pull myself back together because we all might lose, but it doesn't make us losers. And just because we fail at something doesn't make us a failure. And I have to pick back up and carry on from there. So now I want to speak a little bit about just what's been going on weather-wise. Everything has been completely saturated. We have been getting rain 90% of the days for about the last month and a half now. The trails are completely washed over. I have to walk through this water back and forth every day. It's getting overwhelming. It's just so much to get through. So as you can see here, I'm walking out. The Argo is stuck, actually, down the trail just quite a bit. And sitting off, but the water is very, very deep. And this is another reason that leads to why I made the decision that I can't stay here throughout the week.
So we're going to begin with this whole off-grid spirit, right? The spirit of off-grid living, right? A lot of Jakes right now, they're trying to flee from the times to come, right? They see bad times coming, they're trying to flee. But really, there's only one place to be safe, right? Matter of fact, let's start with that. Let's get this. This is the book of Psalms, 91:1. It says, "He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty," the protection of the Lord, right? You in this truth, right? If you're the elect in this truth, right? You're going to be protected. You're going to be protected. "He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty." And what's the other thing? The secret places is not for everybody. The mysteries of the kingdom. For you it is given, unto them it is not given. Right? Right? So here we got these, they don't know the name of the Lord. They don't know the truth. Hey, I'm about to sell everything. Move away. Go hide in somewhere in the forest. Go hide somewhere in the mountains. Go escape society. Go far away from people. So go build a bunker in the backyard. Yeah, they're preparing for the end there. But guess what? They're not in the truth, man. So really, you're not protected. You just seen my man. He went in the fucking woods, right? The Lord rained all type of shit on him, man. He was. If I played most of the other videos of what he was going through, man, it's that thinking you just gonna run in the woods. And this is a man who had some money, right? He had planned this perfect thing to move out to Alaska with money, right? He had a tractor. You seen that he had some kind of motor vehicle to maneuver around. That bitch got stuck. He had 2 other ones. They broke down. Right? At the end of the video, he said, man, I called my mama, man. Help. Give me some money, man. Get me the fuck out of here. Right? And we're talking about a man who's financially prepared, a man who found his life. And he lost all that shit he had trying to find another way to survival, to live to a better life. Because one thing you got to realize as an Israelite, you can't escape the curses. You can't escape the curses. Just because you go hide somewhere in the mountains, you go hide somewhere in the forest. You done bought some land with a bunch of other Israelites in a community. Man, the Lord about to rain that fucking hell on your ass, right? Matter of fact, let's read, man. It says here in the book of 2nd Esdras, 15, verse 56, like as thou hast done unto my chosen, saith the Lord, even so shall the Most High do unto thee, and shall deliver thee into mischief, right? This is talking about the wicked. And anybody trying to follow after the wicked ways, you gonna be fucked up. And a lot of Jake, they see Esau off grid. They see Esau going overseas, going into different countries, trying to survive, right? They trying to do like the devil. It says, thy children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fall through the sword. Thy cities shall be broken down, and all thine shall perish with the sword in the field. It says, they that be in the mountains shall die of hunger and eat their own flesh, right? A lot of you off-grid motherfuckers, yeah, ain't gonna be no food. The Lord gonna bring a famine. You think you gonna flee into some area. Yeah, we're gonna survive, man. That ready-to-eat meal, them cans gonna run out and y'all gonna eat each other. It says, they that be in the mountains shall die of hunger and eat their own flesh and drink their own blood, right? For very hunger of bread and thirst of water. Right? And you go into these different off-grid areas where it's hard to find water, right? Clean water. It's hard to find food, right? What else? Something bad happens. Where's your help? No help, right? Just like my man right here, stranded like a mofo.
Again, I prefer winter any day over this breakup. So it appears that we have a slight pause in our reign. Times the sprocket lips, or whatever you call it, around the sprocket actually came out. And I just want you to see how deep this is. When I step in it, I'm going down to just about my boot distance there. Which would be the experience of me hooking it up and getting all that done. So we're going to go to this very first encounter. I was driving home on the Argo, and there was a moose off to my left-hand side. It's about 100 yards away. I looked over, and he took off, heading in my direction. And if you look slightly to your left in the woods, you'll be able to see him appear. And then he runs up, and he peeps down the trail, and just looks at me. Then he walks across. I get off, kind of stare him down for a bit, and just watch him. And in this last clip, I was headed to bed, and Gage started growling. I went and looked out the kitchen window, and I saw Mama Bear and her 2 cubs directly out the kitchen window. Took me a while to get my phone. They were moving off by the time I got back, but she was originally right up against the house.
Ecclesiasticus 39 verse 28, it says, there be spirits, right? There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In a time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them, right? Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. It says teeth of wild beast, and scorpions and serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked the wicked to destruction. Right, the teeth of wild beasts, right? One thing you gotta understand, thinking you about to just go off in nature and I'm about to survive, man. The Lord about to send them animals in your ass, them lions, them tigers, them bears, right? The mosquitoes, right? Started having fevers, right? All type of bugs, spiders, snakes, crocodiles, alligators, right? Lord's about to use nature to judge you wicked ass jakes, because you jakes think you could escape judgment. You jakes think you could find another way to greatness, right? While the Lord has the table prepared for you, right? The Lord is setting up the kingdom of heaven for you. No, I don't want the kingdom of heaven. I want something else. I want to do what I want to do. I want off grid. I want to be in the bunker. Yeah, you about to fucking perish, right? You about to eat your children. Y'all about to eat your own flesh. Y'all about to drink your own blood, right? The teeth of wild beasts about to pay you a visitation. I'm reading Isaiah 65. Let's go to 11. It says, "But ye are they that forsake the Lord, right? That forget the holy mountains, that prepare a table for that troop, and that furnish the drink offering unto that number. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter." Because when I called, right, the prophet's been on the highways. These videos is out, right? You could sit your ass at home and learn this truth, right? It says, "Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear, but what? But did evil before mine eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. Therefore thus saith the Lord power, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed." Ye shall be ashamed, right? And we about to see a lot of shame bestow these people in this society. Why? Because they trusted in everything else but what? The Holy One of Israel. They trusted in everything but the Lord. It says, "Behold, my servants shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit." That's what the Lord's about to do, man. He's about to bring that judgment on you, right? I'm going to go to Isaiah 30 and 12 right quick. It says, "Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word, and trusted in oppression and perverseness, and stay thereon," right? I don't want to hear about no God, especially the God of this black guy. You guys talking about a black guy with an afro, a black guy coming back with a UFO. That shit sound crazy. Y'all niggas look crazy with all them clothes y'all got on. Yeah, I hate you Hebrews. That's what they be saying, right? You guys are a hate group. Yeah, you guys don't like other nations. Right, I'm reading, it says Isaiah 30 and 12. "Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word, and trust in oppression, and perverseness, and stay thereon. Therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach, ready to fall, swelling out in high walls," right? It says, "Whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant," right? You're gonna be thinking you're doing good. You're gonna be thinking everything's okay, and then back to back, shit's just gonna fucking fall apart. It's gonna fall apart. You're gonna be hit like the book of Job. You seen what the Lord did to Job. If Job wasn't a man of the Lord, he would have lost his goddamn mind, boy. Because most people, you see Esau, he can't take that shit. And a lot of jakes in the society, they're starting to be a suicidal motherfucker too. They can't take it. Losing the little bullshit that they did have. They ain't got nothing. And they can't take it. They can't take it, right? It says, "Therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant. And he shall break it as the breaking of potter's vessels that is broken in pieces. He shall not spare, so that there shall not be found in bursting of it a shirt to take fire from the hearth, or to take water withal out of the pit. For thus saith the Lord power, the Holy One of Israel is returning." Salaki, the Holy One of Israel, for thus saith the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, "In returning and rest shall ye be saved. In quietness and confidence shall your strength, and ye would not." Right? It says, "and ye would not." I'm read that again. "For thus saith the Lord power." the Holy One of Israel. In returning and rest shall ye be saved. In quietness and in confidence shall be your strength, and ye would not. It says, but ye said no. What did they say? They said no. For we will flee upon horses. Like my man, let me get my shit, get the fuck out of this city. Let me go hide at the furthest corner of Alaska. Right? Like he's going to be safe. Like everything's going to be all right. But ye said no, for we will flee upon horses. Therefore shall ye flee, and we will ride upon the swift. Therefore shall they that pursue you be swift. Right? In other words, you can't fucking escape the judgment of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Right? You can't escape the judgment. That's why the scripture says what? It's the book of 2nd Ezra 15 and 15. It says the fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. Right? It says, like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again. Right? So what's being unleashed on right now on the earth? The plagues. The plagues. Violence is at an all-time high. Death is at an all-time high. Earthquakes is at an all-time high. Volcanoes erupting. Tsunamis. What else? Tornadoes. All type of things. Different diseases breaking out. Right? Plagues. Pestilence. It says, woe is me. Woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? Right? That's what the prophet want to know. Who's, man, you already know, because we said the secret place of the Lord, that's where you need to be, so you can be under the shadow of the Almighty. It says, woe is me. Woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mourning, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginnings of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? Yeah, we're going to flee more towards the Lord. Yeah. We're going to flee closer and closer towards the Lord, because there's no other solution. There's no other way. Right? There's no other way. I'm going to read this again. Psalms 91 and 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. You got to be in this truth. You got to be in this truth. You got to know the name of the Lord. You got to know the name of His Son, because you're going to have to call on these things. Right? You should already been calling on these things. Right? Revelation 3 and 10, it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. And in this hour of temptation, when this RFID Egypt, right, get forced upon everybody on the earth, you're going to see a lot of people trying to go off grid, trying to escape society. Right? And guess what? The Lord's not with them. Right? Only the elect is going to be okay in them days, man. You got them fake-ass Christians who know about the mark of the beast, who know about end times, prophecies, right? You got even 2/3 who know about shit's falling apart. What you think they're going to do? Try to escape. And guess what? They're going to flee to death, right? They're going to flee to death, right? It says, as a man fleed from a lion and a bear met him, right? Every direction they turn is going to be nothing but bad fucking news, goddammit. This is the book of Joshua 23 and 8. It says, but cleave unto the Lord your power, as ye have done unto this day. And that's talking about the elect. We're going to continue to cleave unto our Lord, because that's the only thing we have, right? We can't trust in our weapons. We can't trust in ourselves. And we damn sure can't trust in the princes and the rulers of this society, and not in man, right? Isaiah 26 and 3, it says, thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusted in thee. Trusted in who? Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.